35192. I want to send a text. I was just talking to Carletta out there. They're raking it in, boy. GAR is down in the studio. We're normally in. Their morning show is doing that St. Jude Radiothon. And I think it was only about a half an hour ago you said that they had raised $69,000.
Right.
She just told me they're up to 83. It's like 14 grand in 30 minutes, so that's pretty good. So they do that today. We'll be here in another
AC
studio.
bump.
What's that?
The AC bump.
The AC bump. They do, Carletta and Waz, they do their show. They're the morning show over at WGAR, and they're doing their show from 6A to 7P today and tomorrow. And you'll be able to donate if you like, with the proceeds benefiting St. Jude Children's Hospital. Cavs are off tonight. They will play tomorrow night here at home against the Sacramento Kings. 7:30 is the tip-off. 7 o'clock is when that pregame will begin. And you can listen to it on WMMS and on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, you're giving Poundcake a hard time for not being able to remember the bombs that we talked about yesterday. We also talked about players on the Kings, current players. Oh, God. Now the tables have turned.
DeMarcus Cousins.
No. Come on.
God, all I can think of him is saying Johnny Antetokounmpo. Johnny, you gave me Baboni Samani Baboni. We gave me Dellavedova. Matt Dellavedova plays for the Sac Kings right now. You gave me the Boni Zamboni.
His dad played for the Trailblazers.
That's not gonna help.
90s.
I don't. It was some weirdo name. Malik Monk. I don't know. You gave me some.
That's one. Yeah, Domantas Sabonis was the one.
Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, Domantas.
I would not have remembered that. Who's his
Harrison,
dad?
Arvydas Sabonis.
Arvydas Sabonis. Yeah. Man,
he's a dude that came. He had a crazy international career, and then he came to the NBA kind of late in his career. But he was really, really good. But he's the most unsuspecting looking. Like, look him up. He does not look like a guy that you would think is one of the best basketball players around.
Like Dellavedova. That guy looks completely innocuous, too.
Now, Sabonis is big, though, but, like, he wasn't.
He's one of those big, dopey-looking Lithuanian dudes.
Yeah, I think he was. But I think he was. He played his best days in, like, a Brazil or Argentinian league or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Domantas Sabonis.
Yep.
Alan Babylon is supposed to have a 3.5-hour running time, including trailers. Yeah, that's a long movie. That's why I said it's an epic 1920s film. And it was probably not cheap to make, so there's probably a lot riding on it. If you listen to us on iHeartRadio from out of state, I always like to know where people are. Let me know. Mark is our bureau chief in Bayonne, New Jersey. Ray is in Fredonia, Pennsylvania. Annie's in Ogden, Utah. Nick listens in Louisville, Texas. Chris is in Chicago. Kyle is in Gladwin, Michigan. You can always leave us messages there, too, if you like.
You know what, man? I'm going to have to agree with my man who called in about the air guitar. That was a really, really lame bit. And for you to somehow call him the boomer because he thought the air guitar bit was lame and he's the boomer, I don't know, man. Do better. Hate the show.
Who'd I call a boomer?
The guy who called in and said the bit was lame. That left that super long voice.
Oh, no. I call him a boomer because he said, oh, it's a visual bit. I'm like, dude, radio has not been just audio for years now, so you got to get with it. That's why I called him a boomer.
Yeah.
Radio's all audio and video now. I don't care what anybody says, by the way. I had a great time doing air guitar in our window. Ricky Rackman was in yesterday. I loved it.
It built nicely.
Loved it.
The first day,
These window bits we're doing, by the way, are technically me kind of testing that thing.
Yeah.
Did I think way more people were going to show up for Metallica? Absolutely. But, and it's wintertime, it's downtown Cleveland, like I get it, right? Summertime, I think it'd be a lot more fun. But as far as like complaining that there's a video component, get on board, homie. That's why I called you a boomer.
A lot of people tuned in for that video component, too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I had a great time. What was I going to tell you? Hold on. Oh, So I'm driving home last night. We were talking about, my son's birthday is today, and Nicki Minaj unbelievably turns 40. I'm driving home last night, and I'm on 90 West, probably near Lakewood. And there's a car right next to this beat up. I don't know if it's like an old Geo Metro or what it was. But on the whole back window was like, when kids are graduating and they like soap draw or they class of 2020, whatever. Mm-hmm. The whole back window said R.I.P. Juice WRLD. Remember Juice WRLD?
Yeah.
This was a dude, Chicago rapper, who died, I guess, 3 years ago today. That's why I had to look it up, but I assume that's why it was on the window. Because the Chicago cops get on his private jet when it lands. I don't know if somebody dropped a dime on him or what, and he died. They said it was an accidental overdose, but he didn't want to get caught with whatever he was holding, so he took a handful of Percocet and ate them. And that's how he died. It's one of the dumbest ways anybody who is like on the cusp of global stardom has ever gone. And he just, all the drugs he had, he ate them because he wanted to get caught. And he was 21, I think. But I want to ask Poundcake because I thought maybe he knew. So the back of her window says R.I.P. Juice WRLD. And then it says hashtag LLA and hashtag LLN. Do you know what that is? Is it connected to Juice WRLD? Is it something beyond that? Is it outside the Juice world? Do you know what hashtag LLA or LLN is?
Long live.
And I don't know. I'm literally asking. It's not a trick question. I don't know what that is.
Long live Atlanta, long live Nashville. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think
but
of. But
he's from Chicago. Long live Atlanta and Nashville. You could be right, by the way. I don't know.
I don't know. No, LLA. It might be, a lot of people do, like Machine Gun Kelly always does the EST for life, and that's like his brand. That's his logo, I guess. So
I thought you had a different one.
Lay it on me.
You always say it.
I do?
No, not Alan.
I do?
Yeah, you say it wrong, though. That was the bit. If you don't remember what it is, it's not going to really...
Let them know?
No.
Oh, Cavaliers always say hashtag let them know.
No, with MGK.
Oh, yeah, laces out.
Yeah, there you go.
Laces out.
You know how MGK says laces out?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was his big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
laces out.
I think he has like his own, like, maybe not his own label, but his own crew, and it's like EST for life. So it might be something related to that with Juice WRLD. I don't know what he had because I didn't follow him that deep.
Yeah, well, maybe somebody will get me hip to that. I didn't know what that was.
Long live Atlanta, long live Nashville. That's what I'm
She had it was all across the back of her window. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. It's not like she's driving. It would have been way too coincidental if she had been driving around like that all year long, and I happened to pass her the night before his death anniversary. Alan, see if Poundcake knows who was killed on this day in 1980.
Oh, God. I remember the bombs now, though.
Yeah, let me know.
Fat Man and Little Boy.
There you go.
You remembered them or you looked them up in the break?
I looked them up in the break, but then I was
you didn't remember them. You said, I remember the bombs.
Yes, but I remember you going over it yesterday, but I didn't remember off the top of my head.
So you didn't remember. You looked them up.
Okay, I looked them up, but I got them now.
Now I got them since I looked them up.
Well,
yeah,
curious.
That's a good way to get information is to look it up.
If we ever start a podcast together, that's what we should call it.
What, I just looked it up?
Fat
No.
Man and Little Boy.
Oh. Hey, everybody, it's not going to be, what was it, Johnny and Fred, or what was it before?
Ronnie and Clyde.
Ronnie and Clyde, yeah, there you go.
Oh, I forgot about the Ronnie and Clyde day.
That was a good little thing for a while.
Maybe we'll do a Ronnie and Clyde over break.
Call it Fat Man and Little Boy. Mm-hmm. Christmas special, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Christmas special. So you looked it up. Okay.
Okay.
Do you remember who was killed on December 8th, 1980? In the street, famously. Pop culture, it was a world-changing event.
One of the Beatles, it was John Lennon. Right?
John Lennon.
Yes.
Yes, correct. John Lennon was killed on this day in 1980.
I
Right
pulled that
there
out of
in
my
front of
ass.
it. Huh?
I pulled that out of my ass because I was going to say democracy. I was like, remember the 8th of December.
Democracy. January
8th
6th. Remember December 8th, 1980, the day democracy died with
the
John
8th
Lennon?
of December.
I looked it up. Mm-hmm. All right.
Are you?
What?
How do you know the remember thing? Is it because you saw V for Vendetta?
No, I didn't see that stupid movie.
It's
Stupid movie. It's a good movie.
a great movie.
No, I didn't. I never saw the movie.
Also, Dimebag Darrell killed 18 years ago today, too. And that Pantera reunion is one of the opening bands for the people that we're sending to Detroit to see Metallica next year. Pantera, one of the opening bands on that first night. I was reading about people who got caught up, speaking of Metallica, got caught up in a Metallica Bitcoin scam. And I know you're saying, Alan, Bitcoin scam is redundant, of course. But some people lost a lot of money in this thing. And Metallica, obviously, very, very quick to point out, hey, we had nothing to do with this, just to let you guys know. Nothing to do with the Bitcoin situation. But a guy lost like 6 figures on some Metallica crypto scam on a YouTube channel. Oh, a guy lost $25,000 to a fake Metallica channel. I think this is in Buffalo. And so Metallica's like, hey, if you get an email from us, it's not us. A guy said a Metallica channel scammed him out of $25,000 in Bitcoin. And so they're putting out the word about fake YouTube channels, claiming to offer Metallica crypto giveaways. Because it's perfect timing if you're running a scam because they just announced this tour. So you go, hey, in honor of the tour. They say, luckily, it's the only reported hoax so far. But it must be fun when you call the cops and you go, hey, I lost. You're talking to, cops that are like checking out to see if, when their homes get broken into or somebody gets shot and somebody calls you and they go, hey, when they're not taking calls about somebody not getting enough ketchup on their goddamn hamburger, they're fielding calls about, hey, I lost $25,000 in Bitcoin on YouTube. And the cops are like, what the hell do you want me to do about that? You lost fake money on a fake YouTube channel?
No, they lost real money. Real money.
Ah, please.
Well, no. If they invested $25,000, they lost real money.
Yeah, but I don't know how much money that was. They said they lost $25,000 in Bitcoin.
In Bitcoin.
I don't know how much actual money. It could be $8. I don't know.
Well, it's $25,000 in Bitcoin. We don't know how much they invested initially, but they lost a lot of money.
Yeah. So just be on the lookout. Make sure that if you
got to bite the Bitcoin like they used to do with gold to make sure it's real.
Yeah, like Underdog did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd flip him a coin, he'd bite it. Is that easy to do? I know you've got some money in Bitcoin.
I did.
When you cash out, do you bite it to make sure?
Of course.
Okay, good.
I bite it the whole time. Always biting.
The whole time.
Always be biting.
Yeah.
ABB.
ABB. Always be biting.
Be biting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Poundcake, you should put your $200 that you're going to win into Bitcoin.
Just give it to me. I'll invest it for you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want it right now. I don't want to invest it. I'm not putting it somewhere and letting it sit.
You're not going to give it to St. Jude?
No, I'm going to take it.
Charity begins at home.
I'm charity. I know. That's why I'm taking
You're not charity. You're a person with a job. You're not a kid
Two jobs.
You're not a kid with cancer. You got 2 jobs.
Okay, well.
And between your 2 jobs, you do the work of 1 job.
Well, I'll volunteer.
To do what? You never volunteered a day in your life.
I have volunteered.
Where?
Habitat for Humanity. See?
What did you? Don't me. What did you do for what? You held a hammer?
No, I
It's not volunteering. That was in JVS.
So?
That's not volunteering. That was part of your class credit. You guys are going to go out with a hammer and nails, and you're going to help Habitat for Humanity. That's not volunteering. That was part of your class credit.
It was optional to volunteer for credit.
For credit! Volunteering means that you're giving of your time and your resources for nothing in return.
Okay, I never volunteered.
I'll go back to my initial point. I know. He's all huffing and puffing. Because this whole time he thought he volunteered for Habitat for Humanity.
I did. I was like, I'm such a good person. I volunteered.
But you're doing it for class credit.
Yes, but I didn't really care about the class that much.
Then why did you do it?
Because I thought it would be a good thing to do, plus I got credit.
Okay, so what did you do for Habitat for? What did that entail?
I laid the joist for that. Like, you go around and, lay the joist for the house. And I did.
And how long did that take?
I think it was a full day's work, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly, but I was there for...
You throwing the trusses in and the whole bit?
No, I didn't do all that. I just marked the places where they were supposed to go.
Marked it.
Wait. You marked where they go?
Yeah, I marked the joist. Yeah.
So you just said you laid the joists?
I wrote where they were supposed to be laid.
Wait, so you didn't even use a hammer, you used a pencil?
Yes.
His volunteer work, Bill, for Habitat for Humanity, which sounds great. Mm-hmm. If you or I were to tell people that we volunteer for Habitat for Humanity...
Sounds good.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
There would be rotating...
Jimmy Carter.
There'd be a rotation of people wanting to sit on our faces, right? This guy, he walks out there with a tool belt and a pencil. Man.
But now I can go back to that house and say, hey... I drew where those joists were supposed to be laid.
If you guys were to pull all that drywall off, you'd see my graphite hash marks. You'd see my grease pencil over there. Well, and how much credit did you get for that pencil work?
Enough to pass. Like I had a D and it pumped me up to a C, so...
Oh, that's why you did it? Because you were going to get a D?
Kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you're not kidding. No, I know when you're not kidding.
No, it wasn't. It was for, like, a class, and I already was passing the class. We had an option to do something else, and I was like, I'd rather just do this because I'm a carpenter, and it'd be real easy. And so I picked that one rather than doing whatever.
What was the other one?
I don't remember because I knew I didn't want to do it.
I
didn't want to do the Habitat for Humanity either, but I was like, this is easy if I'm just laying the joists. I was with a bunch of masons and like electricians, so they weren't really needed because the house wasn't even built yet. So I was like, I'll just go there. I was the only carpenter. I marked a couple things, and then I was done.
So did you? I'm curious if you started out with that, or if you thought you were going to do something else, and they go, you know what? Just mark where they're going to go. Did you think you were going to be hammering stuff?
I did. Yeah, I think I brought my carpentry tool belt. I brought everything I was supposed to just in case. And then when I got on site, there was a contractor there. So the guy was like, and I was like, please don't pick on me. Please. I was just going to be, I didn't say on site. I didn't say anything. I wasn't trying to lead the pack or anything like that. I was just going to go there and offer my services. Just a hand for humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got there, he was like, we got any carpenters amongst the group? And I was like, damn it. I got all my other classmates here, like the masons and the electricians. We all had class together, the plumbers. And they're like, he's carpentry. I was like, shut up.
So you wanted to not be picked?
He didn't want to work. He didn't want to do anything.
No, that's not true. I thought it was going to be a group effort. I didn't
want
to be single-handedly responsible.
You wanted to do nothing and get volunteer class credit for it.
No, that's not what it was. I thought it was going to be a group effort. We were all going to be doing the same thing. I didn't want him to single me out and give me like a bunch of responsibility because I was like, I don't want to be responsible for this. If something goes, I don't want to cut the wood to the wrong length and then
But you're surrounded by professionals. You weren't going to be left to your own devices. They would have.
But that was my anxiety. I didn't want to.
Oh my God, this guy.
I was like, can I just like...
I didn't want to. What did you want to do?
Here, hand me a piece of wood. I'll pass a piece of wood down the line. I thought that's what it was going to be. Pass a piece of wood down the line.
You're bailing people out after a flood? Is that what you thought?
Yes, that's what I thought. It was a group of volunteers. What did they expect us to do?
But there wasn't any part of you that was like, yes, I want to take an active hand in helping to build this home for people.
No!
But you were in the carpentry class.
He hates helping.
But he was in a carpentry
class. He only did the carpentry class because he was trying to be butch.
But while you're in it, there was no part of you who's like, okay, well, now I'm in it. Why am I going to throw it around like it's a wet rag?
Yeah, that's why
Why not put yourself into it and be like, yes, I'll have this will be a source of pride for me. Nothing like that.
Yeah, that's
you
why
were like,
I
I just don't want to get caught or called or whatever.
It was fulfilling.
You wanted to blend how?
after I was done, I was like, okay, that wasn't too bad.
He just wanted to blend into the background. All right, well, listen. Do you know where that house is today? Is it still there?
I'm trying to look it up now. I don't remember the name of the street.
No, but what town was this? Lorraine?
I think so. It might have been in the township. I think it was Lorraine. I'm trying to figure out, because I'm trying to remember the roads I took to get there. Because I remember I got lost on the way. It was rainy, so I was probably in a mood.
This guy.
Here I am all wet. Trying to help you build your stupid house.
I'm trying to remember. I just probably need the
I got
break.
my pencil all wet.
Gotta find it in the break.
All right.
Crusty ass habitat.
If it's still standing, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Please do. I got a break. If you want to text 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. Want to watch live, and we'll be back.